Hey, Heather.
Hey, hey, such a familiar, loving
Hey.
face. I love,
Oh my
I love
God.
seeing you.
I This has felt like home. I've
Mm,
realized at this stage in my life, I'm always looking for that sense of comfort. And if I don't have that, I'm not interested. I'm not going to
mm,
make myself uncomfortable going anywhere at all anymore. I
mm,
did that in my 20s. I did that in my 30s. I'm not going to do that in my 40s.
yeah.
And being with you is just like, this feels easy. It feels
Mm,
good. And what's good is easy.
yes.
What's easy is good. But
Mm,
we want to talk about freedoms today because we did a meditation on freedom the last time. We talked about Sutra 7 the time before, which was about attending to different parts of the body until they opened us up into a space of freedom, becoming
mm,
one with the thing. And then in the following episode, we went into freedom as an experience in meditation. And we wanted to talk a little bit about freedoms and what has that meant to you, Heather?
mm,
What is freedom to you? What is permission to you? And are they interchangeable? Are they the same or are they different? Do they have
mm.
different meanings for you?
Well, specifically in relationship to meditation and this instinctive meditation, and I think why I was drawn to Lauren and Camille in this sort of path is because one of the first things Lauren said was this full permission. Like he myself permission to do whatever it was I needed to do in the space of meditation, which was at the time like laying down to meditate and letting go of the mantra that was given to me and letting go of all the things that weren't serving me. Permission, let's just like have permission to be who we are as we are in the space of meditation. And of course, then like beyond that, beyond outer lives. So,
Why do we
hmm,
not have permission? Why do we feel like we don't
hmm,
have permission?
hmm. Well, why do you think?
Because here's a thought.
Tell us what is up, Tanya.
Because everybody has a rule book,
Mhm,
whether it's your faith, whether it's your meditation style, whether it's the way you're supposed to cook,
mhm,
the way you're supposed to dance. I think rules are great. They
mhm.
help to a certain extent, but they help us get familiarized with a certain thing that we may be new to. But what
Yes.
happens is so
Yeah.
many of us just get stuck there. And for whatever reason, we're never emboldened. We're never
Mhm,
empowered enough to say, hey, beyond the rule book is you, and you're going to find your voice
mhm,
and what
mhm,
how you can make this part of you. And what is wrong with your version of it? Why does it have to be
mhm,
a certain version of meditation that you have to follow? Which is what I absolutely love about Lauren Roche, because he always says that take these teachings and go into
mhm,
the world and do whatever you want to do with them.
mhm,
Make
mhm.
them yours. And I
Right,
feel like
right.
that's a lesson for all of life, not just meditation.
Absolutely. Like, do the recipe once first so you can kind of get the like if you've never made the eggplant parmesan or whatever, it's like do it maybe first full through. And then after that, like you might decide, like, I want to put more oregano because I love oregano. And this only like asks for a little like sprinkling. Like I love oregano. I want to put more in that recipe. Like, great. Absolutely do that. And you may just like, invent as something completely different. But if you ever like give yourself the opportunity to just let go of the rule book every once in a while when you're feeling, and if, I think it's like that sense of safety, that sense of I can do this, that sense of like it's kind of exciting. I don't know. I think it's
I
like we're
felt,
limiting ourselves,
yeah,
but it can be scary. Like if like everyone else around us is not doing that, that's like super courageous. Yeah, it reminds me of how both of us teach as well. Like, yeah, learn how to do the like triangle pose, how we teach movement, I'll say. Learn how to do that. And then at some point in your journey, the longer that you are with these practices, this is kind of how I found it too. Like, the longer I stayed with these things, there at some point was like, this is number one kind of boring. There's like no variety, and that's like not the nature of life.
Mhm.
And then like what is it like to start to undulate inside of that? And it's like, and maybe there is this like inherent craving, but if we're always just following that straight and narrow rule book, we'll be like continuously dismissing some part of ourselves. And like, what is that? What message are we sending to ourselves over and over again if we're always just staying in this something, but there's some deep craving that's just like bubbling up inside of us? And do we just continuously dampen that down? Like, I say no to that, but it feels often courageous. And I think to have, for me, it's like having a community of people that are also like asking the questions and discerning, like choosing, well, we're always discerning for ourselves, but a space to be able to share in this, in a space to be able to be received in that. And like, nothing is like, yeah, what are your freak flags? Like, tell me, you want to share about it? Like, I think the more we right, share about these things that are just so inherent and natural as part of being humans, like, it's like, oh, the sense of like a sigh, like, oh, I can just be myself. Hmm.
Courageous are the ones who want to paint outside the lines. They want to challenge the system.
Mm,
They want to swim upstream. They want to see what that is. They want to see how deep they can love, how much it will hurt, how
mm,
what it is to step outside of those lines, the tight boxes. So maybe they're, and you use the word community, and so maybe what we do is not for everybody.
mhm,
Maybe what we do
mhm.
is for freak shows like us. You know?
Yeah, I think that is exactly right. Like yay for the communities of people that are sitting, there's a very specific position for the meditation and it's taught, and this is the way, and this is the only way. Like, that is going to serve a variety of people. I lived in an ashram. Like, I know there's like thousands of people living in ashrams, in monasteries across the world, and they are thriving in that environment. Right. And yeah, we're just here saying that like that definitely was not for us. And maybe you're one of those people out there. It's like, yeah, that the idea of being on the same schedule every single day for the rest of your life, if that makes you want to vomit, like, come with us.
This living in an ashram
Mhm,
and having like very, very set times and living a very disciplined life or painting inside the lines. Yes, some people need that discipline. Some people need that
mhm,
structure. And like, but is it the element of fear? What is it that
mm,
keeps you inside the lines? Is it
mm,
we all have fear, right? Nobody
mhm.
nobody is completely and entirely fearless. But I feel like that we all have varying degrees of fear inside us.
Yeah, I think fear, another word that was coming up was shame. Like, for me, I think there was shame in feeling like, can't I stick with this? Like, what's wrong with me?
That it's the why don't I fit in? But I
Mhm,
like that we're creating a space where, well, if you don't fit in,
mhm,
let's let's make that your space, the one that you
mm,
the the other space, the one
mhm,
that doesn't hold you in any place that you don't want to be in. The fact that you don't fit in or you're not doing it the way they're telling you to do it, that's it. That's your school right there. You create that which is working for you instead of.
It's like, when you decide, like, you don't have to suffer through these things that are supposed to be helping us and supporting us and helping, especially meditation, like, to like calm down and like clear it out and feel reset and rejuvenated. Like,
And
yes.
there's
Mm,
so many wild cards like us.
mhm,
We're forced
mhm.
to
I think
reckon. Are
more
you kidding?
than, yeah, I think more than we could probably even imagine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a sad place the universe would be if everybody colored
Oh,
within the lines.
yeah.
Say. Sometimes we have to hit these wild
Mhm.
extremes outward in order
Mm.
to come back to
Mhm.
find some kind of balance within. And then
Right.
be comfortable with the fact that you're always going to be a rebel, that you were meant to
Right.
be, that
Yeah.
that's just the juice you were
Mhm.
made of. I love that. And I
Mhm.
think for those who are enjoying this little conversation
Mhm.
uh, on my YouTube channel, you have to chime into the Alter the podcast and listen
Yeah.
to the meditations that we've been indulging in.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
it's a whole world of rebels and coloring outside the lines and just welcoming you into a space of who you want to be, not what
Yeah.
you need to be, but what you want
Mm.
to be.
Mm.
Thank you, Heather, as always, for creating this beautiful space.
Yeah, thank you. We create it together always. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in, for exploring with us, for being the rebel that you are. And yeah, we appreciate all of you. And I appreciate you, Tanya. Thanks for sharing some of your story with us. Yeah. Hmm.
So much love to you.
Yeah. We'll see you next time.